The Dating Playbook for Men by Andrew Ferebee. Picture this. 10 years from now, you're scrolling through your phone late at night. Your friends are posting wedding photos, holding babies, building lives together. Every invitation you get, you show up alone. You imagine another decade, maybe 2, maybe 5, going to bed every night by yourself staring at the ceiling. Pretty heavy thought, right? For a lot of guys, this isn't just some nightmare scenario. It's that nagging feeling that sits in the back of their mind, whispering during quiet moments. But here's the thing. That future isn't written in stone. What if I told you that going from frustrated and single to being in an amazing relationship with someone you actually want to be with isn't about luck, looks, or how fat your wallet is? What if it's actually a learnable system? That's exactly what Andrew Ferebee promises in the Dating Playbook for Men. This isn't your typical collection of cheesy pickup lines or sleazy manipulation tactics. This is about becoming a genuinely confident man who attracts women not because of some trick he pulled, but because of who he actually is. Andrew wasn't born smooth with women. By his own admission, he was shy and introverted. He had his life together in most ways, fit, financially stable, successful in his career, but when it came to women, completely lost. He'd watch his friends effortlessly chat up women while he stood there like a mannequin. The relationships he did stumble into would fizzle out in 6 months, leaving him wondering what was fundamentally broken inside him. So he spent 8 years fixing it. Events, coaches, real-world practice. Tons of practice. What he discovered was a system that didn't just change his dating life, it changed who he was as a man. Today, we're walking through that system together. By the end, you'll understand the core principles for becoming the kind of man women naturally gravitate toward. Strong, purposeful, and completely comfortable in his own skin. This isn't just a book summary, it's a blueprint for becoming the best version of yourself. Let's dive in. So where does this journey actually start? With the perfect opening line? Knowing the best bars to meet women? According to Andrew, it starts way deeper than that. It begins with becoming what he calls the grounded man. Think of a massive, ancient oak tree. Its roots go deep into the earth. Storms roll through, winds howl, but the tree doesn't budge. It's solid, unmovable, secure. Now think of a single leaf, just tumbling around in the wind, with no control over where it goes. The grounded man is the oak tree. The needy man is the leaf. A grounded man respects himself, so other people respect him. He knows what he wants, and he's actively working toward it. He doesn't need a woman to feel whole. He wants a woman to share his already fulfilling life with. This is the single most attractive quality a man can have, because it eliminates the one thing that repels women faster than anything else: neediness. When a man is needy, women can smell it a mile away. He's trying to extract something from her: validation, happiness, self-worth. But the grounded man isn't trying to take anything, because his happiness comes from within. He's self-reliant. He's the captain of his ship, and nobody else gets to steer. This self-reliance is the foundation, but how do you build it? The book lays out a few key pillars. The first and most important is purpose. Your purpose is your mission in life. It's that thing that gets you out of bed excited in the morning, something so important you'd give everything for it. When a man puts his relationship above his highest purpose, he weakens himself, and, ironically, he becomes less attractive to the woman he's trying to please. The moment you make a woman your main goal is the moment you start losing her. Think about it. Who's more attractive? The guy aimlessly wandering through life, waiting for a woman to give it meaning? Or the guy who's on a mission, building something real, creating value, and invites a woman to join his adventure? Your purpose creates boundaries. It makes you a rock instead of a feather. And if you don't know your purpose yet, the book's advice is simple. Go on an adventure. Try new things. Explore until you find something that makes you lose track of time. You won't find your purpose scrolling through your phone. You have to experience it in the real world. The second pillar of the grounded man is having strong values. You need to know what you stand for and what you won't tolerate. If you're the guy who thinks any attractive woman will do, you're setting yourself up for disaster. You need to know what qualities you actually value in a partner beyond looks. Is she kind? Ambitious? Do your core values align? If she isn't a clear yes for you, she needs to be a no. This completely shifts your mindset. You stop trying to sell yourself to her and start screening her to see if she qualifies to be part of your journey. You become the buyer, not the seller. And this confidence, this refusal to settle, is incredibly attractive. Now, a lot of guys make excuses about money. If only I were rich, I could get the woman I want. The book completely destroys this myth. It's not about money, it's about momentum. Women are more attracted to a man in motion than a man who's already arrived. They want to be part of the journey. A guy making $15 an hour who's passionately building a side business or learning a new skill has way more attractive momentum than a complacent millionaire who's lost his drive. Women see that drive as a sign you can provide for a future family, and it lets them relax into their feminine energy, which is where real attraction grows. This entire foundation, self-reliance, purpose, values, momentum, is about building yourself from the inside out. It's about investing in yourself. The better you become, the more you have to offer, and the less needy you'll be. Once you've built this foundation of the grounded man, we move to the next layer, the internal mindset. This is the operating system running in your head. The first belief you need to internalize is simple but profound. You are enough, right now, in this moment. You don't need to achieve something else first before you're worthy of approaching a beautiful woman. Everything you need is already inside you. This mindset eliminates the excuses and procrastination that hold so many guys back. It frees you to take action now. When you genuinely feel you're enough, you stop putting on a performance. You stop using cheesy pickup artist tricks because you realize your authentic self is the most attractive thing you can offer. Women want to meet a real, confident, relaxed guy they can feel safe around. When you know you're enough, you can simply be yourself with a woman, and she'll develop attraction for you naturally over time. The second core belief is to love yourself more than you love anyone else in the world. This isn't about being selfish. It's about understanding that your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you have. If you love and respect yourself, others will feel that and mirror it back. The book offers an incredible question to guide you. What would someone who loved themselves do? The answer to that question will almost always point you in the right direction. And the third, perhaps most liberating mindset is freedom from outcome. This means you detach your sense of success from other people's reactions. Your success isn't whether she gives you her number. Your success is that you took action, expressed yourself, and lived according to your values. When you let go of needing a specific outcome, the pressure vanishes. You become free to be yourself, have fun, and genuinely connect. Even if someone doesn't vibe with you, they'll still respect your authenticity. This is the feeling of true freedom we're all chasing. With the foundation of the grounded man and the right internal mindset, you're ready to actually understand what women want. And here's the secret. It's not what most guys think. A woman's attraction isn't a logical decision, it's an emotional reaction. You can't logic a woman into liking you. Men are often like a light switch. We see a woman, and within seconds we know. For women, it's more like a volume knob. Her attraction can go up or down based on a man's behavior, personality, and character over time. This is actually fantastic news. It means you don't have to look like a movie star. Your personality and your ability to be a grounded man matter way more than your physical appearance. Women are biologically wired to be attracted to traits that signal survival and reproductive advantage. Strength, confidence, leadership, and the ability to protect. She wants a man who's a rock, who can lead her on an adventure and make her feel safe. This doesn't mean being a jerk, by the way. The ideal is a man who can be strong, assertive, even dominant when necessary, but who's also kind, loving, and supportive to her. So now we have the foundation and the mindset. We understand the psychology. Time to put it into practice. Time to actually go out and interact with women. The not-so-secret secret to getting results fast is simple: taking massive action. You can read every book ever written, but nothing changes until you get out there and gain real-world experience. The book recommends that when you're starting out, bars and clubs are actually the best training grounds. Not because you're looking for your future wife there, but because they offer the highest concentration of attractive women in the shortest amount of time, letting you maximize your practice. Your success depends on your ability to pick yourself up after getting knocked down. And you will get knocked down. Rejection is part of the process. But your goal isn't to make every woman like you, it's to like yourself for taking action. This is one of the most important mindset shifts in the entire book. Before you even approach anyone, you need to get into the right mental state. The opposite of a powerful state is approach anxiety, where you're frozen in your head, overthinking everything. The way to break out: get out of your head and into your body. Take action. Overwhelm the environment instead of letting it overwhelm you. Talk to people, high-five strangers, dance, smile. Your actions dictate your emotions, so start taking positive actions to build your state. Once you're in state, you're ready for the approach. Here's the good news: your opening line doesn't matter. The book hammers this home repeatedly. It's not the move you make, it's the fact that you're making moves. A simple, confident, "Hi, I'm your name," works better than any clever line because it's direct and authentic. There are 3 golden rules for approaching. First, lower your reaction time. The moment you see a woman you're interested in, go talk to her before your brain invents excuses. Second, adjust after the initial approach. It's okay not to know what to say next. Embrace the uncertainty and keep the interaction moving. Third, set the frame of the interaction as man to woman from the beginning, with strong eye contact, a deep vocal tone, and being comfortable with physical touch. After the approach, you need to hook her interest, so she's invested in the conversation. You do this by making an observation about her, being genuinely curious, and then taking a small risk by applying some social pressure. For example, after a minute of chatting, you might say with a playful smirk, "You're cute. Are you single?" This forces her to decide whether to stay and play or leave. If she responds positively, she's hooked. At this point, she'll likely test you to see if you're the real deal. She might say something like, "You're probably a player," or "You're too old for me." A test is actually a good thing. It means she's interested. The key is remaining emotionally calm and unreactive. You can ignore it, answer it straightforwardly, or accept and exaggerate it playfully. If she says you're too old, you could laugh and say, "Yeah, I could be your grandfather, feel all my wrinkles." When you own her tests without getting defensive, you pass with flying colors, and her attraction for you skyrockets. Now we get to the heart of the interaction, the conversation. Most guys fall into the trap of playing 21 questions, firing off boring, logical questions one after another. The book explains a simple conversational structure that changes everything. In the first 2 minutes, it should be about 80% you talking, 20% her. You're leading the interaction and providing value. After she's hooked, it should balance to 50-50. Once she's comfortable and invested, it should shift to 20-80, where she's doing most of the talking. How do you make this happen? By being interested, not interesting. Practice active listening. Instead of thinking about what to say next, be present with her. When she talks about something, dig deeper into that topic instead of jumping to something new. Use a mix of you statements like, "You seem really adventurous," I statements where you share something about yourself, and playful we adventures like, "We should run away and get married," to create a dynamic, engaging conversation. As the conversation flows, it's crucial to start physically escalating. Touch is a powerful way to build connection and show your interest. The longer you wait to touch her, the more awkward it becomes. Start with light, platonic touches on the arm, shoulder, or lower back, and gradually move toward more dominant and intimate touch as she shows signs of interest. A great move is to playfully take her hand and spin her. It's fun, confident, and immediately changes the dynamic. The goal is to make physical touch a natural part of the interaction, not a separate event. Once you've built a strong connection through conversation and physical touch, it's time for the close. This doesn't just mean getting her phone number. First, determine her logistics. Is she from out of town? With friends? Is this her last night out? The answers will determine your next move. The ideal scenario is continuing the adventure that same night, maybe moving to another venue together, or inviting her to your place. This keeps the emotional momentum high. If leaving together isn't possible, then you get her number. But remember, the number isn't the prize. It's just a tool to continue the adventure later. The book provides a fantastic, almost foolproof way to ask. Pull out your phone and say confidently, "Hey, let's exchange numbers real quick." Then hand her the phone. The combination of the "we" statement, the mutual exchange, and the physical action of handing her your phone creates high compliance. Once you have the number, the game shifts to texting. The rules are simple. Your goal isn't to build a relationship over text. It's to get to the first date as quickly as possible. Your texts should be fun, playful, and add value. Use callback humor from your first interaction to remind her of the connection you had. After a few playful texts, lead toward the date. Don't ask, "Do you want to hang out sometime?" Be direct and give options. "Cool, I can do Tuesday or Wednesday evening. Which works for you?" This makes it easy for her to say yes. The first few dates should be fun, simple, and inexpensive. Happy hour, coffee, frozen yogurt. The goal is building a connection, not impressing her with money. Always sit next to her, not across from her, to make physical touch easy and natural. And on the first date, if the vibe is right, go for the kiss. Don't wait for that awkward end-of-the-night moment. Do it during a high-emotion moment in the middle of the date. As you continue dating, the goal is to remain the grounded man she was first attracted to. Don't become needy, clingy, or jealous just because you're sleeping together regularly. Stay focused on your purpose and your own life. Eventually, if things are going well, you'll find yourself at the beginning of a potential relationship. The book emphasizes getting into a relationship for the right reasons, not because you're lonely, but because two healthy, happy, independent people have come together to enrich each other's lives. The foundations of a great relationship are trust, respect, and empathy. You need open, honest communication and the willingness to be vulnerable. True vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the courage to be your authentic self, flaws and all, and it's the key to deep, lasting connection. Through it all, from the first approach to a long-term relationship, the core principle never changes. You must continue being the grounded man. Keep prioritizing your purpose, loving yourself, and drawing your happiness from within. That's the real secret. Success with women isn't about mastering them. It's about mastering yourself. As we wrap up our journey through the Dating Playbook for Men, it's worth stepping back and asking, what's the single most powerful lesson here? It's this. The path to attracting the woman of your dreams isn't an external journey. It's not about finding the right lines, the right clothes, or the right bank account. It's an internal journey of becoming the man you were always meant to be. Dating success is simply a natural, wonderful side effect of that transformation. This book is powerful because it reframes the entire conversation. It moves away from manipulative, game-playing tactics that a lot of dating advice promotes, and instead focuses on building a foundation of authentic self-worth. The concept of the grounded man is a north star for modern masculinity, purposeful, self-reliant, and emotionally centered in a world that often encourages men to be the opposite, to be leaves in the wind, chasing external validation. What I find most compelling is the idea that you don't need to add anything to yourself to become attractive. You just need to strip away the layers of social conditioning, fear, and self-doubt that have been holding you back. The book teaches that you are enough, not as some feel-good platitude, but as a practical operating principle. When you truly believe that, you stop performing and start connecting. The advice is intensely practical. It gives you a clear roadmap from big-picture mindset shifts down to specific phrases for getting a phone number. But it never loses sight of the ultimate goal, not just getting a girlfriend, but building a happy, fulfilling life that a high-quality woman would naturally want to be part of. So how can you start applying these lessons today, right now? Here are 3 simple actions. First, take 15 minutes and think about your purpose. The book asks a brilliant question. What would you do if money were no object? Forget practicality for a moment. What makes you come alive? Write it down. Just defining it will begin shifting your focus and energy. Second, practice taking one small social action today. When you buy your coffee or groceries, make genuine eye contact with the cashier, smile, and ask how their day is going. Then actually listen to the answer. This isn't about hitting on anyone. It's about practicing the muscle of being present, of being a source of positive energy in every interaction, not just when you're trying to impress someone. Third, for the next 24 hours, use this question as your guide. What would someone who loved themselves do? Before you decide what to eat, whether to hit the gym, or how to respond to a frustrating situation, ask yourself that question. It's a simple compass pointing you toward self-respect and healthier choices. That was our deep dive into the Dating Playbook for Men by Andrew Ferebee. We've covered the core ideas today, but I have to be honest with you. A summary is like looking at a travel brochure for the Grand Canyon. You can see the pictures, read the descriptions, but it can never compare to standing on the edge and experiencing it yourself. The real magic of a book like this happens when a particular story or phrase connects with you in a way you didn't expect. This summary is a map, but the book itself is the journey. If anything we talked about today struck a chord, I encourage you to grab a copy. Reading it isn't just about learning. It's an experience that can genuinely change how you see yourself, your potential, and your place in the world. The link to the book is in the description. Also, if you found this summary valuable and it gave you a new perspective, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss our next exploration into another life-changing book from the billionaire's bookshelf. Let's keep growing together.